Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Puspen Dasgupta. I am extremely thankful to you for clicking on my video. If you are new to this channel, I make videos about ENT, how to prepare for MRCS ENT, how to prepare for English language proficiency test, specifically occupational English test, and I have also made videos documenting my travel experiences in the United Kingdom. With the great response that I have received from the viewers on YouTube, I have now decided to upload videos on each day of the week. And each day of the week will have its own theme that I will try to honor in subsequent weeks. The theme for Monday is MS ENT. The theme for Tuesday is MBBS ENT. The theme for Wednesday, MRCS ENT. Thursday is for MRCS Part A, and Friday, that is today, is for English Language Proficiency Test. What is English Language Proficiency Test? If you have passed both parts of MRCS Part A and the OSCE pattern exam, and now you want to emigrate to an English-speaking country like the United Kingdom, you have to prove to the authorities that you can communicate comfortably in English. Because if you are emigrating to work as a doctor, then you have to be able to communicate in English with your colleagues and your patients to maintain the safety of the people you are working with. So this is of paramount importance that you can prove your English communication ability to the authorities without a shadow of a doubt. Now, how do you go about it? You can take one out of the following two English language proficiency tests. One is IELTS and the other is occupational English test. Again, I am telling you this from the point of view of a healthcare worker like a doctor or a nurse trying to immigrate to a country like the United Kingdom. I am talking specifically about the United Kingdom. There are other English-speaking countries like Canada, Australia, United States of America. I am not talking about those countries. You have to do your own research and see if these two exams are accepted as proof of your English speaking abilities in the other countries. I am talking specifically about United Kingdom. So if you are a doctor and you have to choose between IELTS and OET, which one do you choose? I have made a video comparing IELTS with OET. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. But for the benefit of the viewers who have clicked on this video, I'll tell you in short the differences between IELTS and OET. IELTS is the more popular, more difficult, more widely recognized, but less expensive test, whereas OET is the more expensive, less difficult, less widely recognized, and less popular test. IELTS tests English at a more intense level. It is not specifically designed for healthcare profession. Occupational English test is specifically designed for healthcare profession, not just doctors. There are other professions also, but the scenarios you encounter in occupational English test mimic healthcare scenarios that you might encounter when you start working in the United Kingdom. So occupational English test is more expensive, but it is easier to pass, and that is why I chose occupational English test. Occupational English test is held twice a month. There is occupational English test on paper, and there is occupational English test on computer. There was also a third option called occupational English test at home. However, I could not access this, probably because of my location at that time. I took occupational English test in November of 2023, and to be really honest, I did not prepare for more than 10 to 15 days seriously, although I did book the exam around the first week of November, and I took the exam on 30th November 2023. I passed the exam comfortably. Now, what is the pass mark? Pass mark here is the mark that will be considered minimum in terms of acceptability as set by the regulator you are applying to. So in this case, if you're a doctor, you're applying to General Medical Council if you want to immigrate to the United Kingdom. So the GMC criteria for OETs you have to get at least B in each of the 4 parts of the test. What are the 4 parts of OET? Listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So you have to get B in each individual subtest. If you get B in 3 and C in the 4th, you have to take all 4 parts of the test again till you get B or better in all 4 parts of the test, and you have to take the medicine version of the test if you are a doctor. In IELTS, you have to get an overall score of 8 if I am not wrong, and 8.5 to be on the safe side. In OET, there is no overall score. I am not very clear about the exact criteria of IELTS because I did not take IELTS. However, if you have any doubts, you can go on to the General Medical Council website. I'll leave a link to it in the description below, and you will know how much you have to score in IELTS in order to be considered acceptable as per the General Medical Council criteria. Now that you know the criteria, you want to know the cost. Again, I have mentioned this in another video comparing IELTS with OET. But as far as I remember, IELTS at that time cost around 16,000 Indian rupees, whereas OET cost almost double. Now, these values keep changing because the test providers change the fee of the test, and also the currency exchange rates keep varying. So OET is an Australia-based test. You have to pay in Australian dollars for booking the test, and IELTS is, I think you have to pay for it in US dollars. Again, I don't know much about IELTS because I did not consider it as the exam that I wanted to pass because I was not very confident about my English speaking skills. When you are taking this occupational English test, you have to negotiate 4 parts: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Now, upon hearing this, you might think that the easiest part would be writing because you have written in English throughout your medical career in India. However, I would like to tell you that writing is the toughest part because historically, as per data released by official website of occupational English test, I'll leave a link to that website in the description below. Writing has been the area where most people struggle the most. Okay, the struggle is highest with writing. People end up failing the exam because of their poor performance or subpar performance in the writing section. Reading again is not your ability to read a passage, it is your ability to comprehend the passage. There are 2 types of reading tests in the reading section. There is speed reading and there is reading in depth. So you have to read with great understanding in one section, and you have to read really quickly and grasp the answers really quickly in the other section of the reading part of the test. Listening is you have to listen to dialogue, and then maybe there will be blanks. You have to listen to it very carefully. The main test is, can you stay tuned to an audio? A good test is, can you stay tuned to my entire video without zoning out? If you zone out during the listening test of occupational English test, then you will not pass because the audio only plays once. As far as speaking is concerned, you will have to speak to an interlocutor. You have to talk to an interlocutor, and so the interlocutor is not the examiner. You have to have a conversation. There will be role play cards available to you. You will probably play the role of the doctor, and the interlocutor will play the role of either the patient or a carer of the patient. So based on that scenario, you can look at it and talk to the interlocutor. For example, you get a scenario where somebody is having a disease and the patient thinks it is another disease. So you have to convince the patient that no, this is the disease you think it is. And the patient will say, no, but I have Googled it and I found this and I found that. And then you have to engage in a conversation to convince the patient about your diagnosis, that your diagnosis is the diagnosis which is correct. So again, the exact scenario will be given to you, and you have to talk to the interlocutor in that way. In next week's video, I will talk about each part of occupational English test in greater detail with examples, and I hope you like this video. I'll leave a link to my video where I have explained in detail how to pass OET in 25 days. That is an audio only video. If you like the video version of this, I'll make another one in the next weeks ahead. So Friday is for English language, and I hope you will like these videos as much as you like the other ones. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Take care. I hope I'll see you again in the next video very, very soon. Before I end this video, I want to talk about a YouTube channel called Economics Explained. It is run by someone who sounds Australian, and it is about economics. When he started his channel, I don't think he expected an ardent fan from not so urban India who is an ENT specialist. So an ENT specialist from India is one of the biggest fans of an economics channel made by an Australian. So I am hoping that there is an Australian economics student who is finding an Indian ENT channel very, very interesting. With that out of the way, bye-bye, take care, and please leave your feedback regarding this video, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Bye-bye. I hope I'll see you again in the next video very, very soon.